Shalom, Mashallah, Shalom, Shalom. Call Lawyer Howell. By Shema Mashiach, Malak Shai. Whoever Kakadash. Atazawan Kabak Bamis Kohen Wa. Komisha Allah Ahabatamak Wa Aqua. Amen. We back at it with another Sirach series. Through the mercies and spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Let's get straight into it. Sirach 30:1. It says, He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. If you're a father and you have children, your children have to be beat, right? If they, you know what I'm saying? If you love your son, you love your kids, right? You know, your kids is going off, they do kid stuff, they have to feel the rod, meaning they have to receive physical punishments. He that chasteneth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintances, right? Hey, because the Most High, he chastened us, right? He beat us with the rod. He just used other nations to do it. He chastised us in our day-to-day lifestyle. It says, He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice in him. Right? So when you have this is what lets you know your household and your family that you have is key above all things when it comes to building a nation. When you teach your son the right ways, right? When you teach your son, you teach your daughter, you teach your kids righteous ways according to the Bible, the enemy is going to hate that, because generation after generation, you're just going to get better and better and stronger, right? And that's how you overcome, and that's how you build, right? So that's how you build certain nations, right? Let me read on. It says, though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead. For he hath left one behind him that is like himself. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him. And when he died, he was not sorrowful. Right? Because when you die, you want to leave an inheritance to your kids, to where you're not sorrowful. Me personally, I know when my father died, he's not going to be sorrowful because of me. You understand that? Because when you understand these precepts, you're being raised up as a child, or, you know what I'm saying, with a father, or as a son, or whoever, you know what I'm saying? When you have a father in your life, you want to, you know what I'm saying, you got to fill his shoes, right? Solomon filled King David's shoes. You follow? You want to be able to fill shoes, right? Let's read on. This is, it says, He left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends, right? Because you left behind a good person, right? A good person who's going to know how to love, and who's going to know how to hate. That's going to know how to really destroy the heathen, and that's going to really know how to build up his nation. That's going to learn how to deal with his friends, right? And deal with his peers in times of trouble, and deal with his family that you left behind once you die. You understand that? I know my father's going to trust my family in my hands when he dies, man. I know he is. We have conversations all the time. You follow? He knows what I believe in, right? Because, you know, he might not live the same, exact lifestyle that I may live. But he knows what I do. He knows what I believe in. He knows what I stand on, right? My father raised me to be a stand-up guy, right? So if you have kids and you have children, you got to raise them the same way. You understand that? And there's certain lessons that you got to learn from your parents. Or if you don't have those parents that set as an example, use your friend's parents, right? Get rid of that prideful mindset to where it's like, okay, boom, that's not my real dad. That's not my biological dad. He ain't nothing, right? Get rid of that, man. Get rid of that, right? Even if I didn't have my righteous parents as an example, I would look to other people, right? Look to other people, see how they was raised and see what their parents do, man, right? That's righteous according to the Lord. It says, he that maketh too much of his own, it's like he that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his wounds, and his bowels will be troubled at every city. Right? It says will be troubled at every city. Salaki, and it reads, it's like I lost my spot. Salaki, it says, and his bowels will be troubled at every cry, and horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful. Conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid. Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness. Right? Because, hey, when you build up your child, it's going to get to a certain point when you get old, you know what I'm saying, your kids get up there, you know what I'm saying, hey, you ain't going to be able to strive with them no more. You ain't going to be able to strive with them no more, man. Let me see if I can get this precept in 1 Kings. All right. Let's go to the book of our Kings, chapter 1. It says, 1 Kings 1:1. It says, now King David was old and stricken in years, and they covered him with clothes, but he got no heat. Wherefore his servant said unto him, let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her lie in thy bosom, that my lord the king may get heat. So they sought for an fair damsel throughout all the coast of Israel, and found Abishag a Shumanite, and brought her to the king. And the dazzle was very fair, and cherished the king, and ministered to him, but the king knew her not. Right? So, hey, at the end of the day, you get old, you get stricken in age, you know what I'm saying, you don't have the same physical ability, right? You may need some help. In this specific account, they went to go get a woman, right, to help out King David. You follow? But at the end of the day, man, you're old, you're stricken in age, you don't do the same things, right? Right? We don't need to be broken down. Right? You get 50 years old, you can't play basketball with your son no more. You follow? You can't really say football, say goodbye. That's out the window. You might be able to play catch. You follow? Right? No baseball. Right? You might be able to play golf. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of sports is out the window. Right? It says, laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end. Meaning, when you joking around, right, and you know what I'm saying, you kidding around in certain things, you want to keep it on a certain level. It says, give him no liberty in his use, and wake not at his follies. Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn, and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thine heart. Chastise thy son, and hold him to labor, lest he lewd behavior be an offense unto thee, man. Right? So basically, at the end of the day, you have to train up your child in the right way, right? You have to teach your child, you have to deal, you know what I'm saying, you have to move with wisdom when it comes to your children. Let's get this precept in Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse number 2. It says that, Deuteronomy 6:2, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments which I command thee this day, thou and thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. Right? Because it's wise to build up your son, because your sons is going to have sons who's going to have sons who's going to have to rule the nation, who's going to have to rule your household in righteousness. Right? You don't want to have your son and he wicked and he do all kinds of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? He don't know how to benefit his family, don't know how to benefit his own body and things of that nature. You understand that? And now your family is just in shambles. Right? You don't want your seed to go extinct from a son that doesn't have any wisdom. Right? Now let's go back to Sirach 30. And let's read verse number 14. It says, better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. Right? So it's better as a poor man being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man being affected in his body. Right? It's better to be poor and healthy than to be rich and unhealthy. Because at the end of the day, all the riches that you may have, you can't utilize these things for the right reasons if you're not healthy. Verse 15, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. Right? The health of your body is above all gold. Brothers and sisters, a part of coming out of this world is coming out of that understanding that you can eat what you want. You don't have to work out. You can just do whatever you want. You can lay her down, right? You can eat dinner in the middle of the damn night. Eat dinner, and then it's dinner, and then instantly just turn around and go to bed, right? You can't do these things. You cannot do these things. You follow? It don't work out that way. It's not good for you, right? Because you eat that food, get the fat on your stomach, and then you lay down and you just sit on your damn stomach, man. Right? I just came from the gym, right? getting your cardio in, right? Doing your push-ups and your sit-ups. You have to do something. Our forefathers and foremothers in the ancient world, day to day, they was in the field. Day to day, they was, you know what I'm saying? They did things, right? They used their heart rate and stuff like that, right? And this truth, you can't just sit around and just not take care of your body. You feel what I'm saying? You can't do that, right? These things are better than gold. These things are better than silver. Because without those, you're not going to be able to, ain't nothing really going to play out for you. Ain't nothing going to work out for you. You follow? Let's read on. Verse number 16. There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the heart. So again, and no joy above the joy of the heart, man. Right? Because when you actually work out, you know what I'm saying? When you actually eat right, these things make you feel happy. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel happy. But low key, hey man, I'm gonna put this out there. That's Satan, right? When you get that thought on your mind, oh yeah, I want this cheese steak. Ooh, extra ketchup, extra onions. Ooh, extra cheese. Ooh, that's gonna make me feel good, right? That's Satan, man. Right? Because when you got that mindset when you handling your business day to day or whatever it may be, right? You're like, yeah, I'm ready to go grab this salad, right? And I ain't even gonna get no chicken, just straight vegetables, man. Right? You eat that, right? You might have a damn smoothie on the side. You feel great after. I'll never forget. I went a whole month and not eating no meat, right? Not eating no fish, right? And I lost. Man, I didn't do it wisely, right? But I went a whole month of doing vegetarian, whatever they call it, right? And I kind of lost muscle definition and stuff like that. But I tell you this, man. After every meal I ate, I felt great. After every meal I ate, I wasn't sleepy. After every meal I ate, guess what? I opened the scriptures, man. All right? Now, that's over-exaggerating, but at the end of the day, that's Satan on you when you had that mindset, I just want to lay down and right? I just want to lay down. Some people, right? I used to know people like this, right? You lay down like this and you eating, man, and you stuff in your mouth. You got to get rid of that spirit, right? A part of having that spirit is a part of that slothful spirit. You got to get rid of that spirit, man. You have to take care of your body, right? Stop just neglecting it, right? You know you should be in the gym. You know you should be doing something. You don't even have to be in the gym, right? It's literally exercise that you can do in the house. Burpees, right? Jumping jacks, mountain climbers. It's stuff that you can do in the house. Every brother and sister going to have to examine themselves, right? To see whether you're really doing your thing. In 1 Timothy 5, it tells you bodily exercise profiteth little. It don't say profiteth at all, it profiteth little, right? You still got to have to do what you have to do. You still have to handle your business, right? Let's read on. Verse 17. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. It says delicates, so like delicacies, right? Poured upon a mouth shut up are as masses of meat set upon a grave. What good doeth the offering unto an idol? Let me read verse 17 again. It says, death is better than a bitter life of continual sickness, right? So if you're one of those people, I ain't gonna say that, man, but you don't want to live a lifestyle to where as though, you know what I'm saying, you always sick, you always got a damn cold, right? And then it says delicacies or delicates poured upon the mouth shut up are as messes of meat upon a grave. And what, right? Because when you just eat, right? Because this is about to explain it. When you just eating just to eat, you know what I'm saying? You just kind of just stuff in your mouth because you feel sad, you know what I'm saying? To make you feel a little better, whatever, right? That's just like putting it on your grave, right? Because when you don't eat right and you don't take care of your body, that's taking years off of your life, right? A lot of people, when they first came into the truth, you became such this spiritual person. It's spiritual man, spiritual woman. I follow the Most High God, man. This flesh ain't nothing. I'm so spiritual, right? And you neglected your body, right? But as you grow in this truth, even if you've been in the truth for months, years, whatever, decades, however, right? You grow in this truth, you should become a better you. Becoming a better you spiritually and physically, man. You want to be the best you possible. That's what this truth is supposed to do to you, right? You come to the knowledge of the Lord. Let's get that precept. You come to the knowledge of the Lord and you become better, right? You don't become fat. You understand that? You don't become whatever, right? You going off, right? You're not really in the knowledge of the Lord. You got to examine yourself and become better on all aspects, right? Just because you pray X amount of many times a day doesn't mean you came into the truth for the better of yourself, man. You follow? This is Philippians chapter 3. I think I want to start at verse 8, but I kind of want to start at verse Philippians chapter 3 and verse number damn. Oh, okay, that's why. This is Ephesians. Yeah, that's why. It's a lot here. Alright, Philippians chapter 3 and verse number 7. Philippians chapter 3 verse 7. It says, but what things were gained to me, those I counted loss. Right, so the things that were gained to you in the world, you gotta count those as lost now. Right? One thing that's not lost is going to the gym and keeping your body in good estate. Right? But you just got to change the mindset of it. In the world, you did it because you step out, you look all nice, you got your muscles popping, right? Your sister's looking. A woman, you step out, right? You got your body showing, you got your curves showing, the brother's looking, whatever. That's folly and that's madness and that's off. You don't want to become a better self just to please other men and women. You want to become a better self to please the Most High God, because when you're your better self, that's what the Lord wants you to do. The Lord wants you to become your better self. That's what pleases the Most High God. The Lord wants you to examine yourself. Everything that the Most High gives us is that's why it's called reproof. That's why it's called good doctrine, good teaching, because it's best for you. Right? Let me get that precept real fast. Real fast, I'm going to go back to Philippians. This is Deuteronomy chapter 5. Right? Everything that you learn in this truth is for your good. Right? That's why we have to go over certain lessons, like focusing on your bodily health, right? Your mental health. This whole Sirach series is talking about your morals, your virtue, and you know what I'm saying, just your overall health in general. Physical and, you know what I'm saying, physical and spiritual. Deuteronomy 5 and 33. Ye shall walk in the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you. Right? And these are the ways that we're supposed to walk in. Right? Walk in the ways in which the Lord your God hath commanded you. And then it says, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you. And it says that it may be well with you, right? Because it's for your well, right? Is that you may live, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which you shall possess, right? So keeping the commandments and the statutes that we read about is for your well-being. Back to Philippians 3 and 8. It says, yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushua our Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Christ. You understand that? That you may win Christ. So at the end of the day, the old thing that you have from in the world, you have to count those as lost when you come into the knowledge of the Lord. Right? So when you was in the world, you used to exercise so you look good for other people. Count that, you know what I'm saying? Change the mindset behind it. You have to change your mindset when you come into this truth. You're commanded to keep your body in good health. Literally. You are commanded to keep your body in good health. If you're not doing it, you're going off. If you're eating whatever you want to do, you're not exercising, you're not keeping your body in good health, you're going off. You're commanded to. Let's read on. Sirach chapter 30 and verse number 19. What good doeth the offering unto an idol? For neither can it eat nor smell. So is he that persecuted of the Lord. So is he that is persecuted of the Lord. All right. Verse number 20. He seeth with his eyes and groaneth as an eunuch that embraceth a virgin and sigheth. Right? Give not over. Oh, let's read that again. It says, he seeth with his eyes and groaneth as a eunuch that embraceth a virgin, man. Right? So, hey, when you look to certain things to make you feel better, right, to make you do whatever, because, hey, through the Spirit, a lot of people, they call it, what do they call it? They call it comfort foods. They call it comfort foods. You understand that? A lot of people have disorders where they have that comfort food spirit, and it's like, that's how they get like 400 pounds type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some people have that disorder. You follow? Hey, when you do that, you look into that food as an idol. At the end of the day, food can be an idol, man. Food can be an idol. It is what it is, right? That's not saying when you hungry, you know what I'm saying, you hungry, you start getting angry, you know what I'm saying, you get hangry, and you just want something to eat. That's not talking about that. But some people, food can be an idol, right? So just the same way you have a eunuch, a brother that don't use his private member, right? When he embrace a virgin, he'll be like, ooh, right? That's the same feeling you get when you get that donut. Ooh, right? Right? That's off, man. Let's read on. It says, right, it says, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel. Right? So it's righteous to be happy, man. That's the fruit of the spirit. Joy, happiness. Right? Don't give your mind over to heaviness. If you come up with a stressful situation or whatever it may be, don't let that overcome you to where as though you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't survive. Because your mindset is fixated on negativity, man. Right? The well-being of your body is focusing on everything, man. You know what I'm saying? It's focusing on your spirit and your physicality. So mentally, right? Because Sirach is describing things carnally, and to add a just balance, mentally, you don't want to keep yourself or keep your mind fixated on negativity, man. You can't get nothing positive out of negativity except Yahweh destroying the earth and coming back in righteousness, right? Let's read on. Verse number 22. The gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days, right? So you wake up in the morning, turn on your music, you know what I'm saying? Do your little push-ups, your little sit-ups, say your prayers and all that other stuff. You wake up in a good mood. Hey, that's the life of man, right? You love to be in a good mood with your kids, with your family, right? With your wife, with your husband, right? You love to be in a good mood, and that's the life of man, right? You don't want to live your life in sorrow, right? Verse number 23, love thine own soul. You have to love your own soul, right? Stop being so insecure. And comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. Right? I'm going to be the first to tell you, hey, sister, you're beautiful, man. I'm going to be the first to tell you, hey, brother, hey, you a mighty man, man. I honor you, man. Right? I'm the first to tell you. If nobody else going to tell you, if you're not going to tell it to yourself, hey, brother, you a mighty man. You a man of the Lord, I honor you. Hey, woman, hey, you know what I'm saying? You beautiful. Respect to you for your righteous works, man. Keep it up, right? You have to love your own soul. If you can't love yourself, who else going to do it, man? Right? If I can't show myself the love, or if I can't show myself the repentance when I know I'm going off, who else is going to do it, man? Right? Let me get a precept on that. Let me get one precept on that. All praises that just popped up in my head. Let's go to this in the book of Psalms, chapter 30, and verse number 4. Psalm chapter Sirach here. Sirach here. Let me find this precept. I'm recording. Huh? I'm recording. Okay. Sirach here. Let me get this precept. Right, this is Psalm chapter 30 and verse number 8. I cried to thee, O Lord, and unto the Lord I made supplication. What profit is there in my blood when I go down to the pit? Shall the dust praise thee? Shall it declare thy truth? Right, let's read that again. In Sirach chapter 30 and verse 23. Love thine own soul and comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. You have to love your own soul. Right, let's go to Psalm chapter 30 and verse 9. What profit is there in my blood when I go down to the pit? Right, so what's going to happen when you die? Right, what benefit is it when you die, man? Right, it says, shall the dust praise thee? Shall it declare thy truth? Hear, O Lord, and have mercy upon me. Lord, be thou my helper. You got to have that mindset that nobody's going to praise the Most High like you do. You have to love your own spirit, man. You have to love yourself to a certain degree to take care of your body, to take care of your mental estate, man. Or you have to have that mental capacity to where as though, hey, if I die, hey, who's going to bring forth the things that I bring to the truth like yourself, man? You got to have that mindset. Let's read on. Sirach chapter 30 and verse number 24. Envy and wrath shorteneth the life, And carefulness bringeth age before the time. Hey, I had the elder tell me, man, it ain't no time to be sad. It's no time to be angry. Now, you don't have time for that. It's not going to do nothing but shorten your time. You're not doing nothing but wasting your time the more mad and angry you get, right? So let's finish this off in the book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse number 25. It says, it says, a cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. And that's spiritually and physically, man. Right? A cheerful and good heart will have care of his meat and diet. You care about the things that you intake into your spirit. You care about the things that you actually eat. And you care about your actual diet, man. Right? Men have to examine, and women have to examine themselves when it comes to that. Right? Like I said earlier in the video, if you're not caring for the well-being of your body and doing what you need to do to keep your body in its best health, you're going off. You're not going to get the kingdom with that mindset or with those actions. And with that, shalom, 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 shalom.